Good morning and welcome back to Vlogmas. Today is Monday, December 2nd. I'm excited to get things in. I realized in yesterday's vlog I never showed what my planner ended up looking like. I got a lot of the things that I wanted to get done. There's a couple things here that didn't happen, which is totally fine because they can end up on this week's list. Also, there may be a kitty in this shot. First thing in the morning, I don't like to lock her out of my office because she just wants some cuddles. So yesterday was a good day. I'm excited. Not every day is going to look like that. I mean, you're going to see a day in my life video for the next couple of weeks, and you're going to see that not every day looks like that. So let's get today planned out. So here's the weekly plan that I made yesterday. And as always, when I make my weekly plan on Sundays, which is when I would like to do it, I'd like to do it as late as possible. But sometimes I actually plan my week on Thursday or Friday because of whatever we have going on over the weekend. But when I plan it on Sundays, the plan for Monday is usually pretty darn close to whatever the plan was the day before. Not a whole lot has changed. And that is true. There's one thing that I might reconsider here that's on my plan. And I also want to add the Christmas tree stuff that we talked about yesterday. So let's go ahead and get started. It is Monday. Although, I'm going to be honest, I have felt a day ahead, a day ahead, since before Thanksgiving, right? The Wednesday before Thanksgiving to me felt like a Thursday night. Well, that doesn't really make any sense because technically wouldn't it feel like a Friday night, but it did. For whatever reason, it felt like a Thursday. And then it just carried over. So yesterday felt like Monday, and I literally woke up today thinking it was Tuesday. It's not, it's only Monday. So let's draw these lines in here. Also, I totally feel like I sound like a frog, but you're the first person I'm talking to this morning, so hi. Anyway, it is before 6, which is fine. Oh, just drew a little line there with my hands. That's what happens when you talk with your hands, Laken. Ever since we switched my daughter to a 1-nap schedule, she has been getting up earlier. And so in order to make sure I have enough time to get in all the things I want to get in, I also have to get up earlier, which is not a big deal. So I am going to do, for sure, get my AM routine is the first thing I'm going to do, always. And then there are sometimes steps that are part of my AM routine that I typically write on its own, workout. That way I can, if it doesn't happen during my AM routine, for whatever reason, she gets up extra early, I can do it later. I'm also going to go ahead and write December daily. We will talk about this later. I don't know if it's going to happen this morning because my first story is a 6x8 photo, which I can't print at home, and I have to go pick it up. And it's ready, but the place doesn't open till 7. So the CVS that I sent it to. So it doesn't, I don't know that I can really do it. What I might do this morning is play around with supplies and look at stuff if I have time. Because in my morning routine, I have time to prep the video, but that doesn't have to happen yet because there's no video to prep today. Today's video is already ready to go. Okay, wow. I feel like I'm over-explaining everything. Okay, then my mom will come over at about 9 to watch Lyla and hang out with her, and I'm going to do some work. I'm going to do my communication routine, which will probably take extra long today with Vlogmas and everything. I've got lots of comments and stuff to get through, so I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to do the accountability buddies for the community for December. The survey closed yesterday, so I'm going to get those all set up and sent them to them. Normally, this is only our second month trying out buddies, so nothing is normal. I would prefer to have them out by the 1st, but because of the holidays, it just is just how it ended up. And then the big chunk of my day today is actually a call with my coach. I always struggle what to call her. Technically, she is my content coach, but she is so much more than that. And when we have our call for the new year, we spend a lot more time talking about all kinds of stuff, like goals and what I want to work on in the new year and etc. So that is 3 hours today, which most of it will overlap with Lila's nap, so that works out really well. Then after that, I had plans to do a couple of household things. Rosie is our robot vacuum, and that's not going to happen because I'm not going to run Rosie I don't run her while we're in the house and awake. It doesn't make any sense because she's in the way. And so on a normal day, I would have done it during Lila's nap, but I'm going to be on this call. So Rosie is gonna have to move to a different day, which is fine. I'm gonna try to do these other 2 small household things, water the plants and change our sheets. And then we also need to go to the grocery store because we did not do that yesterday. So I'm gonna write that down here as well. My husband usually goes to the grocery store on Sundays, but with my call happening and then going to get a tree, like it didn't happen. So Lyla and I will probably go this evening. And then my goal for this evening, I wrote over the course of today and tomorrow, is to work on my own personal goals because I'd like to get through my goals before I prep the workshop on Wednesday, but we'll see. More importantly, I'd like to get the lights on the tree. That's more important. And then my PM routine. All right, last up is some small to-dos. And if you've never watched one of my Plan With Me's before, basically everything on this side in the time section are things that have time blocks. There's time block in my calendar. I know I mentioned this probably in every video, but I do have a video called How I Plan My Life. That is my entire planning process from start to finish. But to get specific about the daily planning process, this has a time block in my Google Cal, with the exception of these things that I just told you about that I added. But barring any unforeseen chaos, which could happen, I would likely get to all of these things today. The to-do list items that I put over here in this section, these are little to-dos that either will take 5 minutes where I want to just use them as filler throughout the day, or I don't actually have to get to them today. And if basically what happens if I don't get to them and I keep moving them, eventually I will put them over in this section. So a couple things from yesterday. These are all personal things from yesterday. I'm just gonna transfer them all over. And then I have a notebook next to my bed. How many notebooks does one human need? I have a notebook next to my bed that I will jot things down like right before I go to bed. And so I jotted down a bunch of stuff that was in my head last night. And so I'm gonna add all of those here as well, which is gonna bring this to a lot of numbers. But again, if I don't get to them today, that's okay. Okay, there's the plan for today. I have my pajamas on. This is how I look first thing in the morning. A couple of things. Number one, I was going through my morning routine. I just wanted to share a tip, a suggestion, idea for you. Our routines are constantly changing, constantly. And sometimes, especially after being pregnant, I have pregnancy, mom, brain, whatever. My brain cannot remember things. So there are a handful of steps in my morning routine that I knew I wanted to take off for December to make space for the other things in December, like prepping Vlogmas videos, doing December daily that I wanted to prioritize, and also sleep. I could have kept them in and just got up earlier, but I wanted to also prioritize sleep. So there were a couple things I wanted to cut, but I was afraid if I cut them completely that if when I wanted to add them back in January, I would forget what they were. Now, I use an app called Routinery. I could always just copy and paste routines and make a special December one, but there's a lot of reasons why I didn't want to do that. So what I did instead is I just dropped them down to a minute. I dropped them down to 1 minute so that they're still there, and I skip them every day. I'm gonna skip them every day. I just did this update last night because I also added watering in the tree, and so I dropped them down to 1 minute, and I'm just gonna quickly skip them each morning. That way they are still fresh in my mind and I won't forget about them in January. Okay, the other thing I wanted to tell you, well, my hair is being crazy, is I watched a bazillion YouTube videos last week about settings on my camera. Hopefully, I figured out the focus issue. So when we were in top-down mode, hopefully there were no focus issues like some of the more recent videos have had. And one of the videos I watched gave tips on battery life. And so I bought backup batteries for Vlogmas. And my prior camera, I would have to switch my battery during the day multiple times. I put the battery, I finished yesterday's vlog, I think with still 40% battery or something cuckoo, which is awesome. So, loving my new camera. Coffee. Kitty. Cheers to Vlogmas. All right. I thought I was recording B-roll of me working out, but I did not click play. Clearly I'm not totally, or I clicked it, I double clicked it. I'm still getting used to my new camera. I do love lots of features of it once I've understood. It's a lot more complex than any camera I've had in the past, but it's beautiful and it works really well. So got my workout in. There will be other workouts that I will include B-roll. Not that, I don't know if you really care to see me working out. I'll quickly touch on the plan. I almost started a new Peloton program like 2 weeks ago, and then I hurt my foot. I dropped a giant suitcase on my toe and it hurt my foot. So I was like, okay, this is a sign to just like chill for a sec. And you can start this workout program in January. And normally I'm not a big fan of that energy. Like, I will start this in January, but it's the program I'm starting in January, not the working out. I am working out in December. All I'm trying to do, and this might sound like a lot, but I built my way up to this over the year. And then for some of you who working out is already a habit and you're very consistent, this may not sound like a lot at all. We're all different. So it's 10-minute strength workouts Monday through Friday. That's my goal. And so yesterday I took 5 minutes and I picked 5 10-minute strength workouts, and I wasn't super logical about like upper body. I just like picked a variety of them and then shuffled them around in my Peloton stack. But I picked ones with music that I love. So today it was a workout from Asian and Pacific Islanders Heritage Month, but it was all Disney. So it was like Moana and Aladdin, and it was freaking awesome. I've done it before, but it was awesome. And so I did that, and then I decided to wash my hair, even though I don't necessarily like need to look like any certain way today, but I am gonna put on a smidge of makeup. I've been having this debate, I feel like, for years. Ever since we started like working from home and being at home, right? Is like, do I actually get ready for the day on days that I don't like have anything specific to get ready for? And I am planning to film a couple of Instagram stories today for HB90, which I will also talk about in the vlog. So I thought, you know what, let's just like get a little bit ready for today. It doesn't take all that long. Here's the worst part. I'll tell you the worst part. I'm gonna debunk my own potential cons at the beginning, which are, it doesn't take that long. The makeup is probably gonna go bad before I would use it all anyway. Maybe not my like foundation. I don't know. I didn't even use foundation. I used the tinted hydrator from Wet n Wild, but like the mascara would. So those two things are not a big deal. The part I don't like about it is taking it off at the end of the day. But one of my things that I'm focusing on, I don't want to call them goals, because if you watch my goals video, I'm doing no goals December. But one of the things I'm focusing on is my PM skincare routine. And so I need to take my makeup off anyway as part of that. So we're just gonna do this. Also, the lighting in here is very bad. I am sorry. The problem is like, it's bright over here with the light and it's not bright over here with the door. So it is what it is. But I do love to film in the bathroom. That is a vlog staple of mine. So, and a Vlogmas staple of mine. So we'll see how it goes in the new house and what that setup looks like. Oh, I can't believe all the things that are happening this month. It's funny, there are a lot of things happening this month, except today, I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna do my December daily on today, because I don't have anything like major. But some days are just like that, and some days are just gonna be simple. So, all right, I'm basically done. I'm just gonna go put on some mascara. Okay, I'm recording this on my phone because I don't wanna go get my camera. Say good morning. Who's that cute girl? Hi, good morning. So she's up, but we usually have a little bit of in-between time before breakfast. So I am going, this is when I do my piano time now, depending. Like, she likes to hang out here. Sometimes she sits on my lap. Sometimes she plays with something by herself. But this is when I fit it in now. It's not every day. I had it a goal, I don't know, a couple months ago to do it every day. And I have tried various times of the day. And sometimes I will play in the evening as well, like if we're all hanging out in the living room together as a family. But this is when I try to do it in the mornings. Okay, we have had breakfast and we are all dressed. It is time for Lila's outfit of the day. You can't really see her top because she took pizza off the shelf, but it is this onesie with little Disney or little Mickey made of hearts. It was actually a hand-me-down. I feel like a lot of Lila's outfits, we're gonna have a hard time. Do you see Daddy in that picture? Yeah. There's a lot of hand-me-downs in Lila's wardrobe, so I don't actually know where this is from. I guess I can look at the tag. It's Gap Disney, but because it's a hand-me-down, it's not recent at all. Her jeggings are Old Navy with a little ruffle butt. She's been wearing these ruffle butt Old Navy leggings since she was literally born. I've had them in every size. Yeah, there's so much to look at. I what I love right now about her size is that at Old Navy, they make 12 to 18 months both in the infant, which is where these ruffle beds are from. Okay, you want to get down. But also she fits into like the toddler clothes, where they do 12 to 18 months both in the infant baby section and in the toddler section. And so there's like a ton of options. So yeah, she's looking at the Christmas tree. Okay, back to playtime. Okay, here's where we're at planner-wise. This took a lot longer than I thought it would, between doing these two tasks that I just kind of lumped in and did at the same time, and there being a lot of texts and comments on lots of things from the last couple of days. It took a lot longer than I thought. So I did a couple personal things, and now I really don't, I thought I was going to have time. I thought I was going to have a lot more time this morning, clearly, to do the buddies. If I tried to squeeze it in now, I would either be rushed or feel like I don't have a little break before this call. So then I was like, well, maybe I could do December daily. But like I said, I need to go to CVS and grab the 6x8 photos, which is just, again, another reason I'm glad I'm not trying to force filming December daily within Vlogmas. I will talk more about all of that and December daily. And I will for sure do a flip through at some point of my finished 2024 album, 2023 rather. And 2024, maybe eventually. No, that's not true. I won't finish it before Vlogmas is over. Anyways, so I have a little bit of time now before this call. And so I think I'm just going to take a break. I'm going to go get the advent calendars. I'm going to maybe eat something. I mean, I did have breakfast with Lyla earlier, but maybe if I eat something now, I can avoid having to like go get lunch in the middle of this call. I am happy at the time that I scheduled it, but also it's right in the middle of the lunch hour. So anyway, that's where we're at. Also, I remembered the reason I put the Disney outfit on Lyla is so that we can watch that Disney special tonight. It was on last night, but yesterday we were watching football. So I want to watch it tonight. So that's the plan. I did have lots of requests to include more Charlie in Vlogmas. Hi, sweet kitty. I don't remember. I think it was 2022 where every Vlogmas thumbnail included Charlie. Every single one. What do you think, kitty? Should we open our advent calendars? I feel like basically what I'm going to do is when I want to open the tea advent calendar, I'm going to come in here. And if she's in here, which she is a lot during the day, she hangs out in here a lot, then I'm going to open hers for her. And then when we get to 12, we get to 12. Okay, so let's start with mine. Day 2. The lighting in our bedroom is not great, which is fine because like who needs good lighting in here, right? Like all we do in here mostly is sleep. So a cozy cocoa black tea. Interesting. Does it have a description on the back? Okay, well, it's not focusing. Okay, no, it doesn't have the description. It just says instructions. So I don't know if this is actually like chocolate flavored. I mean, I love a black tea, but I'm excited to try that and have that caffeine level. Okay, now let's open Kitty's. I always forget that hers is horizontal. I got a little kitty in a little present box. Oh, it's one of those little like, we've never really had these around the house. These like, I don't know. She'll chase it. She'll enjoy it. All right, kitty. Charlie, I got you a toy. Want to play with it? There's the other one from yesterday. Potentially. She's an old kitty. Yeah, big stretch. You're a sweet girl. She's 10. And actually, it popped up on my memories. Yesterday was her, like the day that I actually got her 10 years ago today. Isn't that crazy? Also reigniting and reminding myself of my rule that I don't get to have a second, like, fancy coffee, tea, drink until I finish a thing of water. So now I can have tea. All right, my hair is almost fully dry. It's kind of poofy. I'm probably gonna pull it back. I decided, I went into the kitchen to like maybe get a snack and make the tea, say hi to Mom and Lyla, and just open the fridge and was like, you know what? I'm just gonna have a full-blown lunch. I don't care that it's 10:40 in the morning. So I made a literal, I should have shown it on the vlog, amateur hour over here before I ate it, a full like Thanksgiving leftover plate. So our Thanksgiving this year was just my mom and stepdad and Sam and I and Lyla. Everybody else had other plans. I'm not going to go into the whys. And there was lots of leftovers, even though I encouraged my mom to cook for 4 1/2 and a quarter. She doesn't eat a half, like a half of a plate. there was a lot of leftovers, and my stepdad does not eat leftovers. He has a thing with them. Let me know down in the comments. Are you a leftover fan or not? I'm a huge. Sam and I love leftovers. So we asked, well, if you're not gonna eat the leftovers, can we take the leftovers to our house? So they're at our house. I mean, they're almost gone at this point. There's more turkey than there are the sides. There's like enough sides for one more plate if Sam, that's what he decides he wants for lunch. So I made a whole plate of Thanksgiving leftovers and watched, I got through half of the Vlogmas that I always try to keep up with, which is the Braun family Vlogmas. It's this cute little family. They live in Indiana. I love them. I'll link them if you're interested in like another true Vlogmas style. But I would also love to know who you watch. What other channels do you try to keep up with their Vlogmas? I know, and I say try because I understand that like you have the best of intentions, right? Especially this early, or like I'm on top of it. I'm caught up. And then we get to like the 10th and the 15th and the 20th, and then you're behind in the same way. So I try to do my best to watch the Braun family Vlogmas and Allie Edwards December daily videos. That is what I try to stay on top of in December, and that's my commitment. So yeah, I'm gonna go actually make the tea now and get settled for my call. All right, my brain is exploding, but all good things. I'm just tired. Like 3 hours with her just flies by in a good way, but then, and we like mapped out the whole year, all the sales, all the plans, all my business goals, like all kinds of stuff, and all good things, but there's just a lot to do, and there's a lot of things I'm trying to implement next year. I'm excited, but I'm also exhausted. So I probably have a smidge of time left before Lyla wakes up from her nap. So I am gonna take a break. That's probably gonna be it for me in terms of work today, because it's just me and Lyla. I mean, if I needed to do something when Sam is done with work, I could do that, but I don't think I'm going to. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think I'm just gonna be done and tapped out from work today, but it was really good. Also, this tea was delicious. And I'm tempted to add more water. What I should have done is like stopped in the middle of this call and gone and made another cup. I think at this point, black tea, like this late in the day, is not my best option, unfortunately. But it was delicious. And it wasn't super cocoa-y at all. But so far, I feel like this tea advent calendar is 2 for 2, Aldi. Okay, she's squirming, so I'm gonna go get her in a second. But one thing I wanna say quickly is I meant to do this before my call. I want to talk about HB90, and the beautiful aspect of Vlogmas is that I can do it in real time, and I can talk about HB90, and you can sign up right now. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, HB90 is the goal setting, but really project management system that I use in my business. I talk all about it, all my thoughts and how I utilize it in the How I Plan My Life video. But I also posted Instagram stories today about it and Sarah's new course, Your Path Forward, not Your Best Life, Your Path Forward. Instead of like re-recording for the vlog, I'm actually just going to post the Instagram stories. Even though they're not like right size format, I think that's the best option here. So do the Instagram stories. Good morning. Since we got our big tree, the little tree got to move to my office, which makes me so happy. The video I just posted is not new. That's the same video I posted a couple of months ago. I didn't redo it already. I just never actually posted about it on stories, and I wanted it to be on stories so that I could save it to my highlights under like planning section. I'm planning to kind of spruce up my Instagram highlights this week, so I wanted to have that video there because it's an important one. What is also important is HB90. One of the things I talk about in that video is the HB90 system from Sarah Cannon over at Heart Breathings, and you can sign up. So she opens up signups every quarter in the month before the quarter. So because there's a new quarter, a whole new year starting in January, you can sign up now. I give all my thoughts about HB90 in that video and have talked about it for years here. So you know that I love, and HB90 is my ride or die when it comes to planning out my goals and my time for my business for work systems. HB90 is my system, and I have tweaked things to make it work for me, which she totally encourages you to do. And the How I Plan My Life video explains all of that, like what I've tweaked to make work for me. But sign up and watch it. If you have a small business, if you are a small business owner, I highly recommend HB90. And I'm gonna go ahead and answer the question that I always get, which is, can I use HB90 for my personal goals? You absolutely can. I personally think HB90 as a system is much better suited towards project-based planning. So whether it's business-based, if you have a lot of project-based personal goals, I think it can absolutely work for you. I think it's tougher
of a system to adapt for more habit-based goals, you absolutely can. And Sarah gives examples of that, and she talks about how she uses it for herself that way. I personally like the system that I use, my own system, for my personal goals, and use HB90 just for my business. The other thing coming from Sarah Cannon is a course that she launched for the first time in I think it was January, called Your Path Forward. And it is her like more bird's eye, larger view, long-term view of goals and system, and how she plans all of that out. And my brain is like having a really hard time remembering exactly what my major takeaways were from it. I definitely am gonna have to give it a rewatch, not right this second, and I'll tell you why in a minute. Because I truly can't remember all the details. But the concept, it is the strategy and overall big picture for long-term goals. So if you are somebody who either doesn't know what you want your like long-term, I'm talking 3, 5, 10-year vision, life goals to look like, and you need help breaking it down and figuring out like what could I actually focus in year 1 to get me closer to that long-term goal, then it's a good fit for you. That's the concept. And I do remember taking some bigger goals, one in fact being buying a house, which is so funny, and kind of breaking it down and working backwards. I didn't actually implement any of the tools or systems this year, but I will watch it again at some point in the future. It's not going to be right now. We have a lot going on in our family right now. I don't feel like I can personally, I don't have the capacity to like look at a 3 to 5 year plan. Like I'm really focusing on just like right now and what's in front of me. And that's what is going to work for me and my goals in my life. You have to do what works best for you. And if you think you need more support in that like longer term vision, then I would check out Your Path Forward and hang out with Sarah live in a couple weeks.
Okay, another clip on my phone because I forgot my camera. I'm actually headed to the store by myself. I was like starting to pack up and make a list and get ready to go, and Sam came out of his office and was like, I'm actually done with calls for today. You want me to just hang out with her while you go to the store and get it done? And I was like, yeah, that sounds lovely, instead of trying to bundle her up because it's cold. And it's like, I could do it. I can take her with me. But it's nice in the winter to not have to. So I am gonna go to the store and get what we need for the week, and also swing by CVS and get my photos for December daily. I am thinking I'm actually gonna like do it when she goes to bed, because when I had originally had the thought of like I would do December daily in the morning, and when I was doing it in the morning when I was catching up on 2023, she was sleeping a little bit later because she was still on 2 naps. So I am, now that she is on 1 nap, she goes to bed earlier, and so I might have a little bit of energy, not energy to like work, but energy to like scrapbook. We'll see. Okay, I promise not every clip of the vlogs is gonna be me sitting at my desk. I actually have plans to leave the house tomorrow more than just like go to the grocery store. And I'm gonna take the camera with me this time. And then I had intended to do a grocery haul. Like I was thinking about it as we were walking, it was me by myself walking through the store. And I got home and I just forgot, like everybody was hungry. And so I just whipped dinner together. I just did like pasta, mushrooms and onions, pasta sauce, chicken, and pasta. It was delicious and fast and easy. And then actually, let me just show you my planner. Okay, so here's how things kind of shook up. I got a lot of things done today, not everything done. We did watch the Disney special, which was lovely, but I did not have the energy to put the lights on the tree. I was just tapped. So I did not do that. I also ordered one of those little like button extension cord things for the tree, so that you just like step on the button to light up the tree. And it's not supposed to be here till tomorrow. So I figured I'm just gonna put it off and I'll put the lights on the tree tomorrow. Of course, I'm gonna say that, and then it's gonna be like how many days? Actually, I think that's in last year's December daily is how many days it took me to actually get the lights on the tree. I do plan to flip through 2023 December daily. That's the one thing I'm gonna try to get to tonight. Lila's down. I am tired, and I do kind of want to just get in bed and like read, but that's relaxing. But so is playing with my December daily stuff. You don't need to stare at my planner anymore. I may tonight, instead of like actually scrapbooking things, what I might prioritize tonight is putting the photos in their places picking out photos for the next stories and getting the journaling done, because that is one of the components last year that I felt like I really not dropped the ball on, but like by doing it a year later, I don't remember how I felt or what like the details were. I remember the gist of it based on the photo, but I don't have robust journaling, let's put it that way. And I would like to remedy that. I would rather the scrapbooking aspect of it be simpler, but have journaling that is what I like important. So that's what I'm gonna work on. I think I was debating like setting a timer, but I still have some vlogs to catch up on. I didn't finish the one from earlier today, and now they've uploaded day 2. So I'll probably just watch those, and then like when those are done, when I'm through those, it's time to like get up and do my PM routine and like get ready for bed. But I'm gonna go ahead and close this vlog here. I think I do this every year where I like push myself on the first couple of days to include like everything I can think of. And like, we still have a lot of days of this. There's a lot of things I'm gonna share, and I'm gonna run out of things to share if I don't like take a pause. So I'm gonna end this vlog here. Thank you so much for hanging out with me on day 2. Yesterday, I forgot to do this, and so we're gonna kick it off today. If you watched all the way to the end, comment with piano, the little piano emoji, since that was part of today's vlog. Okay, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, please click that subscribe button. I upload new videos every week focused on helping you achieve your goals, and every day here during Vlogmas. See you tomorrow. Let's try again. There was like just a really big bang. What was that? So let me explain better. Thank you.